Nestled beneath a blanket of lingering mist, whispers of the ancient forest echoing through its heart, sat a remote village. A place where time seemed to dance to a different tune, where the ordinary was often extraordinary, and where the forests whispered secrets of old to those who dared to listen. In this pocket of the world, where the sun painted pictures in the sky and the moon whispered lullabies to the stars, there lived a woman named Elara, a librarian by trade, but oh, she was so much more. Elara was the guardian of stories, the one who held the keys to the treasure chest of tales that threaded through the very fabric of the village's history. Each day, she would delve into the sea of words that filled the shelves of her cozy, book-laden cottage, swimming through tales of yore, of love and loss, of triumphs and tribulations. Her heart was a library in itself, filled with stories that danced to the rhythm of her pulse, each beat a testament to the tales she held dear. Elara was not just a librarian. She was a connoisseur of myths, a weaver of words, a keeper of the village's collective memory. Her role was that of a custodian, preserving the past, shaping the present, and inspiring the future. Her name was whispered with reverence, her stories shared with awe, her wisdom sought in times of uncertainty. And then, one evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, a peculiar book found its way onto her doorstep. It was unlike any she had ever seen, bound in leather so dark it seemed to swallow the light around it. The silver embossment on its cover shone in the dim light, revealing a title that sent a shiver of anticipation down her spine. The Echoes of Forgotten Whispers. As twilight painted the sky, a book, bound in light-swallowing leather, found its way to Elara's doorstep, its title shimmering in silver, The Echoes of Forgotten Whispers. Intrigued by the book's allure, Elara succumbed to the pull of a new tale, bringing the mysterious artifact inside her cozy, book-filled abode. She sat down, lighting a solitary candle that cast playful shadows around the room. The book, with its leather cover as dark as a moonless night, sat ominously on her table. She opened it, only to find the pages blank, a void waiting to be filled. Undeterred, she leaned over the book and whispered, "Reveal your secrets." Immediately a gust of wind, cold and untamed, snuffed out the candle, plunging Elara's world into darkness. A chorus of whispers filled the air, the sound seeming to emanate from the book itself. As her eyes adjusted to the faint moonlight filtering through the window, she saw words appearing on the once blank pages. The book was coming alive, its secrets beginning to unfurl. The words weaved a tale of a creature, a being born of shadows and nightmares, bound within the confines of the book. It was a prisoner, freed only when its story was read aloud. The whispers grew louder, their tone insistent, promising Elara power and knowledge that surpassed her wildest dreams. A potent mix of fear and excitement gripped her. She read on, the tale of the creature's reign of terror over the village centuries ago, the dark rituals it performed, and the brave soul who had imprisoned it within the book using a powerful spell. The whispers guided her to the final page, where the imprisoning spell lay. It was the key to resealing the creature, should it ever escape from its literary prison. As she read the last word, a deafening silence fell. The whispers ceased. The room felt colder, the air heavy with dread. She could feel eyes upon her, the weight of a presence that wasn't there before. With the final word read aloud, an eerie silence fell. The whispers ceased, and Elara sensed a malevolent presence, the creature free from its literary prison. From the room's darkened corners, the creature emerged, a monstrous form of tendrils and eyes, a nightmare-given form. Its voice was a chilling symphony of bone-cracking sounds, a voice from the deepest pit of nightmares, thanking Elara for its release. In that moment, fear and excitement waged a war in Elara's heart. She had released a creature of shadows and nightmares, a being that had once reigned terror over her village. The spell that had kept it bound, trapped within the pages of the book, had been read aloud and broken by her own voice. Frantically, Elara reached for the book, her hands trembling as she flipped through the pages. She intended to read the spell again, to banish the creature back into its paper prison. But the pages were blank, The story had vanished, leaving nothing but the ghost of the tale that once haunted its pages. The creature, a mass of shifting shadows and glaring eyes, laughed. It was a sound that echoed through the room, a sound as cold as winter's touch. It told her that the spell was lost to her, that it could only be found in the echoes of forgotten whispers, a book that mirrored the heart of its reader. The creature revealed that her heart was filled with fear, not the courage required to trap it again. As the creature advanced, its form shifting ominously, Elara's mind raced, her heart pounding with fear and determination. She remembered the tales of old, the power of names, and the strength of one's will. She understood then that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. With a deep breath she spoke, her voice steady and strong. She commanded the creature to return to the book, to be bound by the tale she would write, a tale of courage and knowledge, a tale of light triumphing over darkness. And as the words left her lips, she knew she had the power to change the story, to rewrite the ending, to be the hero of her own tale. Elara, drawing strength from the countless stories she had safeguarded, found her voice, her command echoing through the cottage. In this moment, Elara was not merely a librarian, but a storyteller, a weaver of tales that held the power to banish nightmares back into the shadows. Summoning her courage, she began to speak. Her words were not tremulous whispers, but a steady stream, resonating with the authority of ancient lore and hard-earned wisdom. The creature, a mass of tendrils and eyes, was taken aback, its form wavering as Elara's voice filled the room. "Return to the book," she commanded, her voice echoing against the stone walls of her cottage. "Be bound by the tale I now write, a tale of courage and knowledge, of light triumphing over darkness." Her words were like rays of sunlight piercing through a stormy sky, cutting through the creature's shadowy form. The creature recoiled as if struck. It had thought it was dealing with a mere mortal, a simple librarian. It hadn't counted on facing a guardian of stories, a keeper of ancient tomes, a connoisseur of myths that threaded through the fabric of time itself. With every word that Elara spoke, the creature was forced back, its form shrinking, retreating into the book from whence it came. Each sentence was a blow, each paragraph a chain, binding it to the pages once more. Her voice, steady and unyielding, was the anvil upon which a new tale was being forged, a tale of triumph over darkness. And then, the final word was spoken. A word of closure, of sealing, of an ending and a beginning. The creature gave a final, futile struggle before it was fully drawn into the book. Its form collapsed into the pages, vanishing like smoke in the wind. With a final, resounding shout, Elara sealed the creature away, the book snapping shut, its closure echoing through the now peaceful cottage. Elara had triumphed, not through brute force but through the power of stories, proving once again that light always finds a way to overcome the darkness. In the silence that followed, Elara, the librarian, the guardian of stories, had written her own tale of courage and knowledge. She had faced the darkness, the embodiment of her deepest fears, and emerged victorious. Not with a sword or a shield, but with words. Words that held power, words that held truth, words that held the essence of countless tales she had safeguarded over the years. Her story wasn't just one of bravery, but also of wisdom. Wisdom that came from understanding the power of names, the strength of one's will, and most importantly, the courage to face one's fears. In a world that often celebrates physical strength and prowess, Elara's tale serves as a reminder that true power lies within our minds, within our hearts, within our stories. She had not only saved herself, but also her village, preserving the tranquility that the misty forests whispered about. She had proven once again that knowledge is a light that can pierce even the darkest shadows, that courage is a force that can bind the most terrifying of nightmares. Elara, the librarian, the guardian of stories, had become a story herself. A story of an ordinary woman who achieved extraordinary feats, a story of courage, wisdom, and the power of words, a story that would echo through the ages, whispered by the winds, resonating in the hearts of those who dared to listen, to learn, to grow. Her tale is a testament to the power each of us holds within, the power to face our fears, to use our knowledge, to make a difference. It is a call to each of us to write our own stories, to face our own shadows, to triumph over our own darkness. And so, in a remote village where the mist hung low and the forests whispered secrets of old, a librarian named Elara triumphed over darkness. Don't forget to subscribe for more tales of courage and wisdom.